to you, obviously. You have your family there. I mean, what does it mean for you and everyone in your family?
My family's not going to be there, but I mean, it means a lot. Both my parents served in the military. My dad did 20 years in the Army. My mom only did 2, but it means a lot. You know, they do a lot for our country. I don't think people realize everything they go through during their service, so I think it's just, you know, an honor to play for something like that. So.
Did you ever think this was a reality? Maybe you saw the game last year and thought, hey, that'd be pretty cool to do.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was a great event they put on. You know, both teams, UNC and Michigan State, put on a great show, and I think it's all for the soldiers, and so they can get joy out of it. I mean, even though it's part of our season, but I think it's for a greater cause. So.
Did parents give you any extra words of motivation today or this week?
Not really. I mean, obviously, beat Ohio State. My dad's so excited because, he's been in the military for 20 years, and, a lot of people don't get to experience things like this. And just like in the military, a lot of people don't experience things they do, traveling to countries, it's like once in a lifetime opportunity. So I think just doing this is, he just said have fun with it. So.
It's been a while since Marquette's gone up against a top-tier opponent right off the bat. What kind of challenge is it going to be playing against a really good team in Ohio State, Game 1?
Some challenges I think could be, chemistry. But I think we've been pretty good with that so far in practice. I think everybody knows each other pretty well. And I think just playing that caliber team straight off the back is just something most teams don't really do. And I think it's a challenge that I think we can handle as long as we come and play our game. So.
How would you compare yourself to Aaron Craft defensively? He might have a little different style than you, frustrating opponents. How would you compare yourself?
I say he's. I would say we both, tenacious. We both like to get after it. Bother kind of pesky defenders. We're the type of guys that people don't really like to play against because we're all in your, all up in your body, and don't want to let you get in your space trying to get to the basket. So I think that's some similarities between us two. So.
Your approach to the game any different shooting-wise? I know it's been said last year that it affected the shooting a lot. How will you approach the point guard duties Friday?
Just playing my game. I think this summer I worked on a lot of my confidence, and I think that was a big problem last year as far as offensively, as confidence, and that's one thing that I really wanted to improve on, and I think I improved on it this summer. So I think just confidence and just staying confident, staying positive, the only thing is good thoughts, nothing negative. So.
What is this?
Was it your jump shot that you were working on, or was it just kind of working on getting in the basket like you did before you got here?
It was both. And I think when I got here, I was just too focused on doing the right thing, every single thing, like doing everything so perfectly that it just kind of, I kind of got so caught up in that, I kind of lost, just play. And I think that messed me up mentally. And then once you get messed up mentally, everything's kind of gets out of whack. And I think that's when things started to, go bad. I was trying to be even better defender. I got too aggressive to stay on the floor. And I think just things like that was mental stuff is just messing with me. So I think I worked on that this summer, just getting my confidence up. And I think that's, I think it's going to help me out a lot this year. So.
I think the honor of doing something like this is way beyond words can explain. For all the people that have fought and served, or the veterans that are home, just things that they do, they sacrifice their lives for us to, play a ball game. And like I was saying before, I was telling someone, to provide entertainment for them, or to be an escape for them for a couple hours, to get some excitement out of their life, and they don't have to worry about ducking and dodging bullets is pretty cool. So the excitement that's built around it is it's unexplainatory.
Was Derrick mention anything? Obviously, both his parents and probably means a little bit more.
I remember Derrick was just telling me the week of Madness that they were doing a story on his father being in the military or something like that. Nothing really about his mom, but that's about it. Derrick really hasn't said anything. Everyone knew Derrick's parents was in the Army, but that's about it.
Obviously playing outside, on a ship, there's a lot of distractions that go into that. How are you guys planning on kind of focusing on just playing the game?
That's one of those things you can't really practice for. I mean, unless you really go outside and play. But I think, just, settling down and do the things you do every day in practice, doing the basics, try not to get outside of our element too much, try not to let the environment affect us too much. It's basically just like a road game in the Big East. The environment's crazy, people are screaming, things like that. Now you got water crashing up against something and maybe a few birds. So that's better than, 20,000 people screaming at you, but it's the same thing, just gotta buckle down and, get a win.
Well, the fact that the game is outside obviously affect the game plan at all, seeing as shots might be a little bit more errant with wind and whatnot.
Probably most likely, if you're not inside. I mean, just the scenery behind it. You're not used to looking at probably in the ocean or a lake behind you. So not having anybody behind the backboard. I mean, everything will be different, but how quickly we adapt will dictate how we play and how the game will go.
Talk a little bit about starting off with Ohio State, pretty much a prime Big Ten opponent right away.
Yeah, but I think that's a good thing for our team. A lot of people think that our team isn't as great without DJ and Jay, but we have a lot of returning guys that are back, So we got a lot of experience under our belt and things like that. And starting off with somebody like Ohio State whose credibility is through the roof, you mentioned name all across the country. I think it's a big thing. It lets you know where you're at as a team. It can be a confidence booster and it can be a confidence shatterer, but to be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's one of the best teams out there. That they have ranked preseason. So, I wouldn't have it any other way. I like playing teams like that because I like playing against the best players, and I'm sure my teammates do as well.
What's the biggest threat that Ohio State poses right off the get-go for you guys? Did you look at film on them yet?
We're going to watch film in a minute, but I can say from previous years and watching, just being a Wisconsin kid, growing up around the Big Ten, Ohio State has always had a lot of size that I can remember. Defensively, I know they got the one kid, Kraft is really good on the ball. But other than that, their size has always played a tremendous role in their recruiting. Their bigs are really really big. I guess that's why it's the Big Ten. But that's all I can think of right about now.
And Deshaun Thomas, preseason All-American, 6'7", kind of plays a 3 and 4, kind of like you. Most likely going to match up to him at some point in that game. Looking forward to that.
Definitely. I remember playing against Deshaun when I was in 8th grade. He was in 7th grade. We played at the speech tournament. He was playing up, so I played against him. I don't know if my team won or not, but I do remember playing him, so it'd be good to see him again, see how his game is elevated. But it'll definitely be a challenge, and I'm always up for a challenge.